All right. Let's discuss some conversations I had with people up on the roof. Yeah. Confession. Got a lot of chunk up there. I was like, oh gosh, yes, I don't need to know. Did you know most extremely violent men have bisexual tendencies? I did not know that. Well, I'm not extremely violent, and I'm like a raging heterosexual, so. Yeah, most violent men are men that are attracted to groups of violence have bisexual tendencies. We're the Spartans, boom shaka laka laka, boom shaka laka laka, boom boom. So they have bisexual tendencies. They end up getting incarcerated a lot. They want to be the sexual dominant male, stuff like that. It's like, oh, that sounds perfectly hideous. It is. So you get a lot of people and explain that to you. Oh, I didn't mean to be involved in this. Dang. Giovanni Versace confesses to the line of Christ. It's like, Chunk, hey, do you know Jennifer Lopez? Okay. So you're like, what? Yeah. And one of the things, the chief causes of, that corporation bullshit, Jesus sits there and tells you in the Bible, when you pray, pray in private, blah, 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 blah. If you offend on anybody, and it's something heinous to see if people will still trust you, and you should tell them and not others. If you sodomized your 3-year-old brother, you don't tell other people about it. You're just trying to relive it and wishing you could get back to doing it again, and that's not confession. And what makes people vulnerable in Catholic churches and things like that is confession, the confessional. I told you guys that. The people they come, it's the sanctity of the confessional. No, it's used to manipulate people because it's a business. Maybe this gold cup with jewels in it will inspire faith in the people in the church in California. Yeah, I've watched Zorro. Yeah. So don't believe those people and don't trust them. Like you don't sit there and walk up to a woman and say, "I confess I was wanting to drink your bathwater and have sex with you, and I have sinned against you." It's like, no, you're sinning now against me. It would be far better to, rip your eye out of your socket and step on it, wouldn't it be, to lust after your buddy's girl, right? Okay, so yeah, and commit the sin of the mind is the same to commit it in the flesh, right? Right. So just rip your eye out of your socket. Don't tell her about it. She doesn't want to know. She don't like you. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. So you got to be intelligent when it comes to deciphering them their gospels. You don't have to decipher them. You just have to understand that people change them to fit their political, social agenda. I feel powerful and pretty motives and charming and gay. Yeah, I know. And so you got to understand we don't need the sanctity of the confessional. Okay. Where in the Bible do people come up to Jesus and go, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I wanted to have sex with your sister, and I told her." It doesn't happen. Where in the Bible does it say that? You know. There's a guy who sins against Jesus. He goes and hangs himself. No, people when they sin against Moses, they don't confess that they've sinned against him. They might monologue on him when they think they're going to kill him. Same with David and so forth. But they don't sit there and I don't want to know. You doing it anymore? Well, then don't do it anymore. That's between De La Soul, just me, myself, and I, right? Okay, and Irene, shut up. And so when you get these people, when they manipulate religion, if you look at there's a practice in Islam that and they will tell you that a Muslim that does not know the Holy Bible does not know Scripture, right? And so, but there's a thing called Hadith, okay, and it's called the practice of the prophets, because it says in the Quran and it also says in the Bible and the Torah that the wicked will change the written word to manipulate people with their wickedness, and so the word always has to become flesh to correct the wickedness that the people that write it down do to change the word. So it says so in Revelation. If you change this or add to it or take away from it, you will not live it and it will not work, because you'll debate and argue over what is right and what is wrong, because you'll put in mythological nonsense. It says that right in the Bible, but that's why it gets so grumpy at people. I'm a religious person, and all the stuff that they say that makes them believe in God is all the mythology. Okay, but he said forgive, debt, and trust. We don't have to do that. He already did that for you. Okay. So you believe in the myth, but you don't believe in the reality. I don't have to do the reality. I was born a sinner. He paid for all my sins. Yeah. Okay. We suck again, right? Whoa, water boy. Right? Win the bourbon bowl? Here, just drink the bourbon and don't even go to the bowl. Well, you'll go to the bowl, but you'll be praying to me. Ralph Earl, porcelain god, right? There you go. So, Earl, you're funny. I know. And so, trust me, I know funny, and I is very funny. Right? So don't you worry about it. I'll take care of the man. I got everything. I'll take care of it. I got it. So, I'm the living word. And people that don't agree, that's your business, Because inside, I went up on the roof and came down to share some with my sisters, and stuff. And my sister said, after watching the stuff in Iran, I'm so glad we have the Second Amendment. I said, Second Amendment, can't protect you from other assholes with guns. It's just assholes with guns killing assholes with guns, And when I talked to those assholes at Fort Huachuca and they laughed about it, what they do to you is, okay, this is what they do to you, okay? They can use economic situations and topical solutions and poisons to poison you and then make it look like it's an act of God dying from the people at the people at the auto repair shop that's called the hospital. Oh. They're just going to tell you here, let's blow out your carburetor and you pay me $500, you come back in and we'll blow it out again, right? Like Rockefeller told me, oh, they'll be happy to take your money to rip out your teeth that we chemically poisoned and rotted. What? No, they won't stand up for Lord's Prayer for you, but they'll make money ripping my teeth out of that shouldn't have been chemically poisoned if they stood up for Lord's Prayer for me? Right. And then they wouldn't have chemical poisoning themselves that they have to live in? Right. And so are they afraid or what? Yeah, A lot of people are afraid of dying, and you'll have all the things you think of. It's not having the things of this world and forsake the nature of the soul. And so I came and talked to Loretta about it, and I explained it to her, about the people. And she said, oh, "Wow, that's horrible, Earl." It's like, yeah, it is. What they do with religious people is they have them join the NRA, buy lots of guns, chemically poison them. They pray to Jesus to cure their chemical poisoning. They buy guns to kill their next door neighbor that they're terrified is going to try to steal their car or their computer or their laptop. And then they die praying to Jesus to save them and keep them safe from the cancer that they're dying from. But, then we can make money off of them being sick. Oh, I like that and stuff. And then the people in the military, there are no religious people in the military. Okay? Religious people in the military, they're not. No. That's voodoo. It's not religion. Spying on people, watching them manipulated by complete assholes that use them as lab rats and say, see, these people have bad brain activity. You see how bad their brain activity is? I'm Richard Dawkins and I support this message. They have a meme. It's not working right. And you sit there and go, no, it's not. You're not. Look, it's like I used to tell old Navy SEAL Nate Reynolds that worked with the kids in lockup at Normative Services in Wyoming. Okay, and because Jason was in the military too, and so no, Nate called it. He said, yeah, anybody can set a kid off and know when you poke him in the head 18 times, the 19th time he's going to punch you in the nose. Okay, he called it. He predicted it. He predicted that he was going to piss off the kid so much that the kid was going to finally lose it and try to hit him. Okay, he's a gosh damn psychic. He is. He's the 4 horsemen in +1, right? He used to piss me off. I was like, what an asshole, Tell the kid the right and the wrong things to do and why they're right and why they're wrong. And then see what the kid decides to do, even when you're not around. Okay. And if he does wrong when you're not around, okay, because you have surveillance on the thing, then he's trying to play you, okay? If he does right even when you're not around, then it's working. Now tell the Navy SEAL to fuck off, okay? Navy SEALs are assholes. They only tell you, I used to kill people and all that because it made them feel powerful. And then to make you feel like guilty when they tell their story to everybody, oh my gosh, you used to kill people. You're a Navy SEAL, you can kill people like the dude on Ratatouille you can, with your pinky. And nothing but a toothbrush like Zoe Saldana on Columbia. Oh my gosh, you're so scary and amazing. I feel safe around you. I don't feel safe around them. I just want them to shut the fuck up. Forgive, debt, and trespass, love, on eternal, faithful peace. Don't live next to that man. Okay? He goes all PTSD. I just got to kill something. Okay, make it yourself. Okay. I'll stand behind you with the katana. Patrick will too. Come on. Okay. So do you understand? Confession is not good for the soul. That's the Catholic Church taking advantage of kids, and the kids tell them about it. Oh, you're a dirty little kid. Well, it's basically the Catholic Church with all their child molesting is Joe texts and you said a bad word. It's the sanctity of the confessional. It's making yourself vulnerable to an asshole who works for a corporation that's way more money than your family does. And people with lots of money, okay, invent the conditions for crimes. Okay. If money's not real, forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal faithful peace. Forgive me for God, but I'll never do this again. I know you won't, and I forgive you. Okay, do you understand? He'll never go back to Mecca, and he won't go back to Medina either, right? Okay, so, and when you betray the trust of an innocent child, you lose the trust of those that are, worthy and loving people, that's the best trust in the world. When an innocent child trusts you and you keep them safe and don't abuse them and teach them to protect other innocent children, you lose that. There's nothing more valuable in the world than a child trusting you, and then that child growing up and being worthy of a child's trust. There's no greater treasure in the world. Lead me, guide me, walk beside me, help me find the way. Show me all that I must do to live with you someday, right? Not the Quorum of the 12, not the Vatican, not NASA, not the Pentagon. Ralph Earl Parsons Jr., right? Earl don't have no cameras in your TV and your phone and a Patriot Act for in the interest of national security, so Viola Davis can keep us all safe with the Suicide Squad, right? Just forgive debt and trespass, love, and eternal faithful peace. You're welcome. Who's your Messiah, liar? Feeling guilty? Okay. What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken? Okay. Oh, you're funny. I think it's fun that the spirit of... I was raised on... We are living in America. So I was raised on a very interesting, and Rowan Martin's Laugh Him and Benny Hill, and stuff. And so I think it's neat that the Messiah, I get you. I understand you, that he understands you. And that he's very forgiving, he's very patient, he's very kind, and he's very just precious and righteous and stuff like that, No, and Rob Reiner was right on that, Harry Mick, Sally. What about the girls that aren't in church? You pretty much want to have sex with them too. When you're in adolescence and you find them sexually desirable. Yes, you don't want to use them for sex. But then some girls are like, well, I would just, one night, that would be great. Really? No, I'd be fine. Really? I could have sex with her the rest of my life and just have sex with you one night. What if you really like it and you want it more than once? And then she gets mad and never has sex with me again. That's a chance we'll both have to take. I just won't have sex with you at all. Well, I'm selfish. Just ask all the professional assassins at Fort Huachuca. Okay, thanks, Carol. Do you know what I'm saying? And to me, it's like, I'm like William Smokey Robinson, In that case, I don't want no part. I do believe that, because the taste of honey is worse than none at all, right? And so, because, you want, like I told Rolanda and I told, Miriam, just because I was engaged to law. It wasn't because I was like, I want to wake up every morning next to you. I want to go to bed every night next to you. I want to spoon you every chance I get. I want to take showers with you. I want to take walks with you. I want to wash dishes with you. I want to plant strawberries, cantaloupes, and tomatoes and watermelons with you. I want to laugh at grandkids with you. I want to change grandkids' diapers with you. I want to plan weddings with you. I want to walk the children down the aisle with you and sit next to you during the wedding. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. Like Judy Wilmer said, you love Miriam. I love everybody. So it's not like that, Earl. Raphael, Raphael. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, you got me on that one. And everybody's, and Law told me from Oprah, what you did was worse than what I did. You went and screwed other guys at the club. Okay. I met a woman who was getting screwed by other guys at the club and told her, you deserve better. She asked me to watch her kids because it was on night shift and she trusted me with her sons. Okay. And then she was like, it's pretty obvious that your girlfriend's probably cheating on you. You should probably be with me. And I said, I don't have conclusive evidence, but she fell in love with me. And I fell in love with her and Brian and Aaron. And me falling in love with Brian and Aaron because Miriam wanted me to marry her because she trusted me with Brian and Aaron. Okay. Don't get no better than that, right? So it's like, what I did, falling in love with Brian and Aaron and Miriam is not a sin. Okay. Forsaking my vows that say, I'm giving you this ring and I'm going to marry you and we're going to be married and I'm going to honor those vows. Okay. That's a sin. Okay. Falling in love with people that trust you, with Brian and Aaron. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I still love Grandma Montalvo, Grandma Montalvo, Jackie and Peter. Where's the path? Where's the path? Okay. I still love them. I will always love them. If and I shouldn't stay, I would only be in your way. Hey, so all goes, but I know I'll be thinkings of you each steps of the way. Hey, so now I will always love Brian Atkins Jr. I will always love Aaron Montalvo. Okay. I've never seen or met the Mercado girls, but I will always love them. Right? You can't take that away from me. Oh, no, that, Billie Holiday, the way you sing off key. Oh, no, they can't take that away from me. I don't always sing off key, just most of the time. But it's not my fault. Actually, I'm more of a crooner. So, yeah, I do kind of more of a crooner than a singer. And crooners can sing on key. They just have to keep it within, the right rhythm and tempo, like Frank Sinatra and Mr. Wonderful Voice. What's his name again? Tommy Edwards. That's his name. Yeah, gorgeous voice. I love that voice. Everyone loves that man's voice. Everyone with good taste. Right. So, yeah. Many a tear has to fall, but it's all in the game. Do, 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 do. I love that. You have words with him. The Lamp is Low is very good, too. There's... What's that one that has the theme to a summer place that he does? Smile when I smile, sigh when I... That's the way with love. That one's good, too. That is a good song. Dream when I dream. Right? It's a good song. It's cute. Yeah, it's a wonderful little limerick, isn't it? Isn't it, though? It's right up there with Please, Mr. Sun and Morning Side of the Mountain, I'd say. I'd say so. I think so. I think it's right up... that's a good one. That's a goodie. All right? That a lot of us haven't heard. You're like, why? We need to go back through and open up the bucket and throw out some Tommy Edwards. That's Tommy Edwards too? That is good. Mr. Music Man. That's also, they're fun. He's a just good singer. Yeah, but it's not the end of everything. And he sings in his That's All. I mean, oh my gosh. I can only give you love that lasts forever. It's wonderful. It's marvelous. It really is. It's just Tommy Edwards. He's really good. He's one of the best. He's right up there in the, with the Johnny Mathis and the Ella Fitzgerald and the Sarah Vaughns and the Nancy Wilsons. Wonderful. It's wonderful. It's marvelous. Well, I like Frank Sinatra. Yeah. I like the song choices better by Tommy Edwards. Well, Frankie sang for mobsters, and mobsters don't have as good a taste as poor black folk that, want to get out of hell. To babble to her, Mr. Brook, since you are all her friends, she'll listen to all you have to say, right? I think Judy Collins sings Sins and the Clowns better than Frank Sinatra. It's too damn bad. I'm entitled to my opinion. You're entitled to yours. I think most people think Judy Collins sings Sins and the Clowns better than Frank Sinatra because a lot of people didn't even know he sang it. But everybody knows Judy Collins sings it. Everybody with good taste, right? Okay, Carol. You're funny. I know. Okay, Carol. Trust me, I know how funny I am. I don't need a bunch of people. Hey, you should make money for telling jokes. No, I'm not a genocidal operator that does propaganda to perpetuate genocide through bad thinking, make lots of money off joking about people being mass murdered because I think I'm funny. No, I just make the Gospels enjoyable. So I sit there and go, I don't want to listen to this asshole. He's only doing this for money. He's full of shit, man. Okay. He's all Roberts and shit. Okay. bullshit, man. Liberty Bibberty, right? So, trust, honor, and character. Oh, and you're running for city alderman of Las Vegas, Nevada. Wow, trust, honor, and character. How's that prostitution lying with you? Worthy? Are you worthy? What about them wedding vows? They don't apply in the state of Nevada? All right. Don't worry, they don't apply in the state of New Mexico either, or Arizona. I was married in Nevada, so I can be critical. At the Chapel of the Bells. In my arms I hold you so close to me, while love flows so tenderly from your heart to mine. So, yeah, and waiting in Reno with, dark eyes and red ruby lips. Yeah, that's my Susie Bear. That's my Susie Bear. That's also her daughter, Natalie. Yeah, but you perverts in NASA military intel all sinned against her. I'm a rocket scientist and you're a liar. Fuck off, you little fucking pervert. I don't need to collect the evidence. Everybody knows. It's how patriots act. Okay. Put the ball in the dryer. Hey, let's spy on the Steelers. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. When you set up a contest to whoever wins gets the most money, you're going to have fucked up shit. Steroids, Mike Webster dead. Steroids, yeah. So when you set up a contest, whoever wins gets the most money, people gonna, people die. No, they get murdered. People die. But when you have a contest, whoever gets the most money wins, people get murdered. What's fair is foul, and what's foul is fair. Beware the Ides of March, Caesar. Okay, guys? I love you. Is that your palace? You got a crap table on the top floor? What about a poker table? How much food? How much is it? The rocks are speaking to you. Don't be an asshole. The trees and the rocks should speak. They'd say it too. Stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Thank you, trees. We love you too. Sleepy Hollow. Oh, no. It's another Christopher Walken, Johnny Depp movie. Is that Christina Ricci? Yeah, she's cute. So is Johnny Depp. Technically, yeah. Okay. All right. I love you guys. All right. Peace out.